Qualifying semifinal at 76 kilos. Turkey will come out with ADAR in the red and white. KUENZ of Austria in the dark gray. It's always interesting to see how these athletes handle pressure, and Martina KUENZ said she simply doesn't feel pressure. Her mentality is really her strength. She's excited for this opportunity to match up against ADAR. She talked about that win, how important it was for her, but she knows that ADAR is going to be excited for the opportunity to exact revenge here on even a bigger stage. And the first verbal warning will go to Turkey. Yasemin ADAR, 2016 Olympian. She placed 8th in the Rio Games at 75 kilos. She's a 4-time European champion. Won titles in 2019 in Bucharest, also in 2018. Brought home the gold in Novi Sad in 2017 and also in Riga the year prior in 16. She has dominated this weight on the European continent. No score. A little more than a minute in. These two put on quite a show in the qualifier in Budapest. It was a high scoring match, and then you couple that with the fall that KUENZ was able to secure. A little bit more cautious out of the gates tonight. And they will put ADAR on the activity clock. 30 seconds up. Really no secrets when you have two battle-tested, competitive, successful wrestlers like these two. They know each other so well, so you're not going to surprise anybody. It just comes down to execution. Maybe you mix up your strategy a little bit, but certainly not going to change much as far as your technique and what your go-to and what your strengths are. First point goes to Austria, and a 1-0 lead. Big moment when you look at the 26-year-old from Austria. She has never made a trip to the Olympics, missing out on the berth last month, and she also missed out on the Olympic qualifiers during the last cycle in 2016. Referee repositioning for a fresh start. Closing moments, period number 1. One thing without the spectators, as you listen at home, we brought it up last night, you can really hear some of these thunderous clubs and collar ties and really the physicality that goes into this sport. Normally the crowd noise will cover that up, but you grow to appreciate it a little bit more when you hear the natural sounds of these elite athletes and the contact sport that wrestling is. Those thunderous clubs that these two have been exchanging and the hand fighting that you see. That's their style. That's how they like to go about it. One more match to come on this Friday night session. We'll have the final semifinal, Ukraine and Venezuela. And we talked about the United States, Mongolia, Japan, China, Russia, all with 6 qualifiers. Very quietly, Ukraine has put together a solid women's program. They're going to have a chance to have 5 of 6 qualify for the Olympics. If their 76-kilo wrestler Belinska can take care of business tonight. KUENZ with a 1-0 lead. We go into the second period. Again, it's the hand fighting. These two with their hands, with their tie-ups. Both liking a physical, high contact match. Now a low strike. Countered nicely by ADAR. Two continue to spin in the circle, and it's ADAR who comes out on top. And she grabs her first lead of the night. Immediately drops into a leg lace. Can she get it hooked up? ADAR has it locked, and she'll get the turn, and she'll get a second turn, and she'll get number 3 as she goes out of bounds. Oh, how a match can change. ADAR, just like that, lightning quick, goes down to the lace and puts up an 8-1 lead. And I think we're going to have a blood timeout, as KUENZ was cut on that last exchange. So it took nearly 4 minutes for ADAR to figure out her Austrian counterpart, but once she did, she got her takedown, and then she went right down to the legs, and she rolled KUENZ off the mat. 6 points later, it's an 8-1 lead. Now, all of a sudden, Martina KUENZ in some trouble. With 2:16 to go, still lots of time. And if tonight's action from earlier is any indication, no lead is safe tonight. The barrage a few moments ago by Yasemin ADAR has put her in the driver's seat. KUENZ listening in, looking over toward her corner for instruction. Running out of time, trying to avoid getting denied in the Olympic qualifier for the second straight cycle. Down 8-1, and those 8 points came in about a 15-second span. KUENZ, it's one step at a time. You need to get the 2 and then see what you can do on top. Here's the counter coming around the backside, and seizing up 2 more is ADAR. She goes up 10-1. Nice job on the counter shot as she swiped her way around the wide side of KUENZ, and now it's clearly with Turkey up 10-1. Big heavy head snap does not move ADAR. We talked about it at the beginning of this broadcast when these two looked at each other on the center ring. ADAR had knocked off KUENZ 2 straight times prior to the Olympic qualifier last month. And it will be ADAR for the 3rd time, figuring out the right recipe to knock off Martina KUENZ in a scream of jubilation. Yasemin ADAR, Turkey, is heading to Tokyo as she wins 10-1 in the semifinal here at 76 kilos.
Women wrestling category up to 76 kilograms. Winner, Yasemin ADAR, Turkey.
What a feeling that must be for Turkey. Just their